Hey guys, this is Rob here again. So today we got another RDA to do a review for, and this RDA did come from angelcigs.com, and this RDA is called the Lancia RDA. I do have that right here on the copper FU hatton, if you guys can see it. Now I do have the glass barrel on this. Now it did come with this is the Pyrex glass. It did come with a plastic barrel, and it did come with a stainless steel barrel as well. Now this does have real good flavor, and it does produce some nice little clouds. It does have some unique little designs to it on how to adjust the airflow, which is kind of a little bit of a different way of doing airflow. It's not just spinning the barrel or anything like that, or spinning the top ring. They actually have plugs that you actually have to build on this. So with this one here, you got to build it and get the airflow right before you wick it up and put your coils in and put the juice to it. So let's go ahead and dive down on the table, take a look at this thing. So alright guys, here is the box that the Lancia did come in, and once again this did come from angelcigs, and this is the iVogo version. The iVogo version of the Lancia. So iVogo, this is a clone, but iVogo does make some really good products for their clones. So basically, if I read the back of this, it says first plug-in type airflow control located on the base of the atomizer. 4 air holes which can be adjusted to 1mm, 2mm, or 3mm. This is a 22mm diameter RDA. It does have solid negative poles. It's got tripole, super easy to build on. And it does have the top cap has Hawaiian, and the top cap is Hawaiian inspired engraving and serialized. That is what it does say on the back here. So let's go ahead and open this up here, and this did come with all these different airflow adjustments. Now these are your airflow controls. Let's go ahead and pull some of these here out so you guys can see. We'll get a couple of them here so you can see the different holes. Now like this one here is going to be your smallest airflow hole. This one here is going to be somewhere around the middle airflow hole, which it is the middle airflow hole. So you got 1 mil, 2 mil, and I have the 3 mils already in it. I like the more airflow on my RDAs, so I do have the on there, and it does come with the plugs where there is no air holes, so you can just run this in single coil or dual coil or however you want to do it. So then it does come with some extra some grub screws, and it also comes with some spare O-rings right there. So here's the box right here. Now this did not come with the drip tip, and it does come with the nice stainless steel. This is all engraved on there, which is real nice, sharp looking. It's nice little design. As you can tell, it kind of sparkles a little bit as the sunlight hits it with the angles of the engraving on this. And then it also does come with a plastic tank right here, but you cannot use your cinnamons or stuff like that in this tank. It will melt this tank, but the tank is pretty thick though. It is a pretty thick plastic tank. And then we got the glass tank, the glass Pyrex tank, which that's the one I've been using all the time. So let's go ahead and put this stuff off to the side here. And let's take this apart. So you got your top piece, you got your glass barrel, and then you do have the base. Now I did pull these stuff out. This is a little bit juicy still. Still has a little bit of juice on it. So here's the top cap. You do have a nice little O-ring right there, and then it also comes along with the nice engraving design on top, which I really do like the engravings on this. And then you got your dome shape on the inside. And then here's just your glass tank, Pyrex glass, which is pretty thick as well. And then here is the base. You got your two nice little O-rings, which the tanks do fit on pretty good. They're not like they're not on there real tight, but they're not real loose either. It will pull off though. So I have not dropped this or anything, so I'm not really for sure what it'll do if you drop. I'm pretty sure it'll probably fly off. Everything, you can't hold it up with the mod weight. It will fly off. So it's snug, but it's not like real snug. It's not tight enough to hold up on the item here, onto the mod and everything. So as we look at the base, it does have nice size holes in here. I'm sure you can probably get some 18 gauge, dual 18 gauge coils in there. Pretty good size holes. And as you guys can look on here, you do have the vent holes right here. Now this does have venting coming in through the bottom. As you've seen on the tank, there is no venting or airflow adjustments on there. It comes up through the two holes down here, right up through these right here, and your coil sits right on top of these two airflows. Or you can pull one of these out and just have the plug in there if you want to do single coil. But as you can tell, you just pull these right out. We'll go ahead and pull all four of them out. And these are the 3mm airflow hole adjustments. I do like the bigger airflow holes. So there you go. As you can see, the holes right in there. You almost can see the daylight through there. If I stick my tweezers through there, I can see the tweezers on the inside of there. So yeah, the well is not very deep. It is a shallow well. And you do have tendency, if you do put too much juice in this, it will leak out the holes down here. So I don't recommend putting too much juice in. I only recommend putting in just enough to wet your cotton. So basically these little plugs here, you just stick them in. And once again, if you're going to build a single coil and you don't want too much airflow, you're going to put in these different pins here with the different holes like I showed you already. You got the next small size and then even smaller size, and you can mix and match them to match your airflow. But once you have to have these pins in before you put your coils and wick it, which is that is a negative on this RDA here. But if you know what your airflow adjustment is, you're going to have to play with it to figure out what your airflow adjustment is. And these do go in real nice. You do have to pull them out with a pair of tweezers or something like that. So they're not going to just pop out on you and short out or anything. But you do have to know what your airflow preference is. So you are going to have to play with this one. You are going to have to build coil, check it, no, don't like it, build another set, put in there, check it, and see what your airflow hole is. So, and that is a negative on this RDA. But that is the only negative that I have found on this RDA, is having to use these to adjust it. And if you get too much juice on your coils, it will. I have had it where juice has came out the holes before. Alright, and down here at the bottom you do have, it says Lancia by Era Mods, and then it does have 5148 as the serial number. It does have a non-adjustable pin right there, and you can see the insulator inside there. So once again, this is a nice flavor RDA, good flavor, good decent clouds. You just got to make sure you got your airflow hole. I just do all my stuff wide open anyway, so it wasn't that big of an issue for me to just put all four in wide open and be done. But for people that like to have a smaller airflow, you are going to have to play with this one, put different pins in. You might have to build a few coils to get it right, and once you get the hang of it, you'll be all right with it, and you'll know. But and that's the two negatives that I do have of this. It does leak a little bit too much juice, and having to have no build in this whenever you're setting this up. That is big negatives. So other than that, I have been really enjoying this. I do know what kind of airflow I like, so mine is wide open, so that's what I run, so I don't have an issue with the airflow right there. So let me go ahead and to build this up. So I'm going to go ahead and put some coils in this here. Go ahead and put some coils in here, and then we'll get this wicked up. I like to put the coils right over the holes. Not talking too much on this video because I am concentrating on putting the coils in. So as you can tell, the coils are right over the holes, and that's pretty much the way you want to do it. It's right over the holes. And we just got to tighten up this center post here. Now I did already have these coils already built. So to make this video a little bit quicker, they want to be building coils, and I try to get the coils pretty much right in the center of the holes. I am a little bit off on this one here, but they're pretty close. Go ahead and fire these up. Squeeze them, fire them, squeeze it, fire them. Still got a little juice in there, as you can tell. Squeeze it. That's about pretty even right there. They're firing pretty even. Let's go ahead and snug these down again a little bit. Did have a hot spot in there. So they are glowing pretty even. Just a little bit off. There we go. As you guys can tell, firing right up, nice and even. So let's go ahead and get some cotton in these things. So we're going to put, just let me get a cotton ball here, or get me some cotton here. We're just going to take this little piece of cotton here. Let's go ahead and kind of break it apart here. I just like to roll it in my fingers. Slide it on in there. Take another piece, roll it up. Alright, that's good. Let's go ahead and trim this out. Now I like to trim mine off just about basically almost even with the RDA itself. I don't like too much cotton on mine. It kind of, too much cotton actually kind of kills your cloud ability. I just want just enough just to kind of just sit there, because this doesn't have a very big well anyway, so you're really not going to have too much sitting in the juice well waiting to be picked up, because the well is kind of small anyway. We're going to put some blueberry custard in there. Get the wicks all juiced up, wet. As you guys can tell, once you figure out your airflow that you like for your coils, you can see how easy it was just to throw the pins in and put it together. But you cannot just adjust the airflow whenever you feel like it. That's one of the things that's bad. Let's go ahead and fire this up. Looks like it's vaping pretty good. Looks like I got a little bit of a hot spot on that one. There it is. So now we're good to go. Let's go ahead and bring this back up the top. Talk a little bit more on it, vape a little more. I do have my own drip tip I've been using right here. On a little Delrin drip tip. So yeah, let's go ahead and bring it back to the top. Talk about a little bit more and vape on a little bit more. As you can tell, great vapor production, and it also does have excellent flavor for this thing. Now I have the holes wide open with the pins. Now the pins work good because the well is small, so it does help keep the juice from going down through the holes, through your air holes. But if you do get your cotton overly saturated or you do pour too much juice in there, it does have a chance of going through the airflow holes. So all in all, I do like this RDA. It does have great flavor, produces some really good clouds, and once you do get your airflow adjustments right and you know what it takes for your coil builds, you'll be able to easily put that on there. And you see how quick it took. It did take long to build the coils once I knew what the airflow holes are. But that is two negatives. You do have to take the coil and the wick out to change the airflow. It's not an automatic airflow, and if you get too much juice in there, it will come out the airflow holes. So, alright guys, I will put a link in the description down below so you guys can check out angelcigs.com. And let's see what the price of this was from Angelcigs. Was $15 and plus shipping, so you have to pay the shipping price. So alright guys, till next time.